Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Tay the Nurse Bae back at it with another video. So today is an important day because I'm about to tell y'all how to pass the Nclex, okay? I did pass on my first try and I feel like the things that I did really helped me pass. So I'm gonna pass it on to you guys and I hope this helps. I hope this is what you need. I hope that you pass. Anyways, if you're interested on knowing how to pass your Nclex, keep watching. Oh, and if you have not liked, commented, or subscribed, get into it, all right? So my first tip is to start studying right away, either after school, like when you're done with your last semester, or even during your last semester. And I say that because I don't recommend anyone taking like longer than a week break. Like 1 week is fine. Like you just want to, breathe, celebrate, be happy that you passed nursing school. Cool. But I don't recommend taking an extended time off. All the information is fresh. You're already in the zone of studying, so it's just going to make it harder for you to go back to studying. Well, for me it was personally, so I just studied right away, pretty much. Tip number 2, schedule a date for your Nclex as soon as you get your ATT number. Although it may seem like you're fast, you're moving too fast and everything like that, it's not, because as soon as you schedule that date, you're going to make sure you study nonstop. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel like, oh my God. So you're going to study. But just keep in mind that even if the date comes and you don't feel ready, you have up until 24 hours before you take the test to either push back the date and reschedule or even cancel it. So I feel like that helped me a lot. I just pick the date. Like even though I didn't feel ready or anything like that, I picked that date. And then from that day that I picked that date until it was time to take that test, I was studying my butt off, because when you have a date in mind, like you're going to try your best to be ready by that date and it motivates you to do better. So I highly recommend that. So tip number 3, choose a source to study from. So I used UWorld, and UWorld was a great source. It had over 2,000 questions. It gave you like 2 exams to use, and then it'll tell you how likely you are to pass, which I really, really liked. Also, like, I feel like that's like the main thing you need, like questions, practice questions, because that's what the Nclex is. Also, I like the fact that UWorld is a spitting image of Nclex, and I mean that by like the format of everything on UWorld. When you go to take the Nclex, it's literally, it looks like UWorld, so you feel a little more, I don't know, it just helped me feel a little more comfortable with sitting there and taking the test.
Yes. No. I want to start.
My brother is literally at the door banging, so give me a second. So I'm back. So also, like, I use sources for like when I felt uneasy about a specific topic that I like kept getting wrong, maybe on UWorld. I would use like the Nclex, this Saunders thing, and this is like a really old edition. I like have the PDF of it, which helped a lot, like for certain topics. Also on UWorld, you can break it down into topics. So if you're struggling with a topic, you can pick that topic to focus on, which helped. I also recommend that if you are struggling with any topic, or like those topics that you cannot remember for some reason, like certain things, I wrote stuff down. Like for some reason, like this disaster triage stuff, bruh, I struggled so hard with that. I needed to start writing it down. Like, so certain things that I noticed that I was really, really struggling with, I have, Nclex studying material. So I would write certain things like 2nd degree heart block, amiodarone, like lab values. Yeah, so anything that I was like having a hard time remembering, I kept getting the questions wrong, I would write them down and then look over them and read them. It helped a lot for me. So if that helps you, great, do that. Tip number 4, make a study schedule for yourself, okay? You need to go either monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever. Make a schedule for yourself and make sure you follow that schedule. I started working already before, like, you know, I even like right when I finished school that Monday, I started working. So it was kind of hard, but I made a study schedule for myself because I know I need to keep myself accountable. And so after work each day, I would study and I would at least do 100 questions a day. Sometimes I would be pushing it with 100 questions, so I would stop at like maybe 65. But I would say give yourself a certain number of questions to make sure you complete each day. But I also recommend that if you are tired and if you feel like you're not absorbing, just stop because it's not helping you. So try to dedicate to at least 100 questions just to make sure you stay on top of it. Tip number 5. Make sure when you're doing the questions, you are reading the rationales. I don't care if you got the question right, almost right, wrong. I don't know. You need to read the rationale because even if you got the question right, your reasoning may be different than what their reasoning is. And so for future questions similar to that or the same concept, you're not going to get right. So read the rationale. Also, even if your answer is correct for the right reason, it engraves it in your mind even more when you read it and read it and read it. So read the rationales, make sure you understand. If you don't understand what the rationale is saying, look it up. Like, don't just read it just to read it. Like, it's very important to understand the concepts. None of the questions from UWorld are the same as Nclex. Like, you can't find none of them questions nowhere. Literally, it's concept. You need to know the concepts. So just like nursing school, you need to know the concept. So make sure you're really understanding what you are reading. Tip number 6, make sure you are speaking life over yourself, okay? Like, don't be negative because at the end you're gonna have a negative outcome. So you need to speak positive. You need to uplift yourself. Surround yourself with people who are also uplifting. Make sure you're uplifting other people who are also going to take the test. Like, you really need to speak life over yourself because it is so easy to fall into you're not going to pass, you're going to do bad because of anxiety and nerves. But I'm telling you, you can do it. Like, you can do it. I'm telling you right now. I don't care if you're first semester, second semester, first year, fifth year, I don't care. You are going to make it, honey. You are going to do it. You are going to get that RN after your name, okay? So do what you have to do and speak life over yourself. My 7th tip is do not study the day before your test. I'm telling you, do not do that because you need a day for your mind to just breathe, relax. Everything that you know. What you don't know, you don't know. Like, you're not going to know everything on that test. It's going to feel like you know nothing, to be honest. But go with your gut, read the question carefully, and breathe and just pick it. But at the end of the day, do not study the day before the test. Do something that you enjoy, like get your nails done, get your hair done, anything like that. Just don't study the day before your test, okay? Number 8, do not take the test with your friend. I'm telling you, don't do that. I think that's the part. Like, no, don't get me wrong. I love my friends and everything like that. But I feel like you shouldn't schedule it with a friend only because you're going to start comparing yourself, like, to your friend. Like, sitting right next to you, taking the test. So if they get up, you're going to be like, oh, crap, I failed. Like, and that's how I felt. Like, literally, I took the test with one of my close friends. And we sat there, and once she got up, literally I had to like calm myself down. I was literally about to get up and start screaming. like I was freaking out. Like, I feel like my life literally just ended. I'm so dramatic, but I'm so serious. That's literally how I felt deep inside. So I recommend that you do not take the test with a friend at the same location, I should say. You could take the same day, but personally I couldn't take it and it just made things worse. So I suggest you just go on in there by yourself, take the test. You're not comparing yourself because you don't know what test everyone else is taking in the room. It could be any test. Not everyone's taking the Nclex specifically. So yeah, take it alone. Okay, well, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to help you in some kind of way. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you let me know what other videos you want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and go pass that Nclex. All right, bye guys.